What's up, everybody? Welcome to Blitz warm-up stream. We're playing playing a rapid tournament tonight. I don't know how weak it will be or how strong. Last time it was very weak, and I was the top seed. But this month could be different. So we'll see. I'd like to see some decent players. Anyway, I promised I would play to the organizer. That's at around 5. So this is what my Russian professor used to do. She would come in with her sunglasses and teach. Morning is not easy. Sunglasses in the morning, baby. The eye, like light sensitivity, very strong. Especially when you have a hangover, like my professor did every class. But we're taking challenges casual, 5+5. We're gonna get warmed up with some coffee and some. So I got a deep sleep last night to clean out some of the beta amyloid proteins from my brain. I dreamt I was like playing in a Hungarian movie, which was weird. Not even an actor. Well, I am a little bit of an actor with you guys. But yeah, we've got 5+5 casual challenges, short stream, 2 hours or something like that, and then I go to play rapid chess, and we should be live on YouTube as well. Yeah. So let's like warm up with a couple puzzles while we're waiting here. Are we waiting? All right, yeah, no challenges yet. Please challenge me to 5+5 casual. Tonight I'm playing 10+5, I think. 10+5 rated rapid. All right. Puzzles, themes. Opening the first phase of the game. Oh no. Bishop b3, then fork. Looks pretty straightforward to me. You got that quickly. Boom, bishop e3, then fork. Now the only chance for it would be to pin me. I don't think that's gonna fly. So this looks pretty easy. It looks like a Scandinavian. Pin and then fork, and he has no way to pin me. Nice. Nice warm-up, me. Boom, 2600. 42, there you are. There you are, let's go. 42. All right. Switching glasses. Boom, I should play knight f6. I should have played knight f6. I need to practice more of that. I'm sorry for what I'm about to do to you. Really, I don't want to hurt you, man. You're my friend. But I've got to get warmed up for that tournament tonight, so they're going to be take no prisoners. Now that's a safe move. Good job. e3, very solid. Igor Krivonosov approved. You have good chances to grind people down with rook against rook in an endgame. No pawns left with this variation. 42 beat me last time. Uh-oh. Now you're playing a Marazzi a tempo down. That's new. That was that was inconsistent. He's like, no, I want to be solid. Nope, I want to be crazy. No, I want a Marazzi a tempo down. All right. You can play a Marazzi a tempo down. Better be careful. You know, I forget that this is rapid. And it should be rapid. It's slow. There's a lot of time. Last night I was playing 3+2s, and even that seemed slow. I take offense to you calling me slow. Interesting. I wonder how you deal with it if I play rook b8. You deal with it by playing... you would deal with it by playing e5. This is interesting. I think you play quickly, but I'm trying to think about the best way to play this time control. Play quickly, but you have time if you need it. So I think that's the way to approach this. Generally play quickly, but if you need time, use it, you know. So my idea was to play rook b8. Now if b3, we have a question. Queen c2, that might be a good move. Very good move. But still you can't play b3. Yeah, I'm using a lot of time now. All right, it's not really rapid. Now I'm using too much time. There's a nice fork here. Astrobate not in the office on Fridays, but as I told Astrobate, the Marazzi is a lot like the King's Indian. I mean, this could be construed as a King's Indian, actually. You have a very weak d4 square because you put your pawns on white squares c4 and e4, so... But you built a very solid plan there. I am impressed. Resist the temptation to play f5 in these types of positions as much as possible would be my advice. You just give white play on the central files. It's usually really kind of anti-positional. We're going to do consolidation of dark squares and then consolidate the d4 square, and then we'll flank him with breaks on the sides. Once we totally own the d4 square, things going to be different around here. Things are going to be run a little differently around here from now on. Mr. 4T2. Flank play with A5, flank stake. Now the F5 might become something to consider later on. Oh my god. You have a will? Let me just asking for a friend. Have you a beneficiary you want to leave everyone to? I mean, everything to? H4? I never asked anyone that question during a game before. Seems appropriate here. Nice try. I am not afraid. Now, ooh, it's hot in here. Where are you going to put your king? On G2? Boost your YouTube views. Yeah, I was hoping you'd put your king on G2. Does that work for you? You like G1 better? Everybody chill out in the chat there. What the hell's going on around here? Chill out, man. Dude. Oh, no. Is that diagonal important? Uh, okay. We have a chess club meeting. We have a chess club meeting for the Kyle's chess team. 4 o'clock in the auditorium. All chess club members will be required to attend. Kyle's chess club meeting is at 4 o'clock in the auditorium. Following chess club members are required to attend said meeting: Eric Hartman, Uber driver. Okay. Look at the spicy exchange sacrifice. Whoa. Boom. Check a boom. Boom, check a boom, check a boom. Boom, check a Kyle's chess club members. I have an awkward feeling about this. Looks like I'm going to drop back in exchange. There they are. Oh no. Rook takes f3. Oh no. Are you serious? Sladgie had that. Look how sharp I am in the morning. Diagonals are important. Chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop. Breathe. Breathe. This is what guinea pigs sound like. Breathe. There was a story in the news about some place in Iowa or Illinois where some police officer he was rescuing residents of a house from a fire, and they claimed that he performed CPR and resuscitated 2 guinea pigs. I'm just wondering how that works, you know? How do you perform CPR on a guinea pig? You're like holding the guinea pig like boom, 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 like this? Is that for real? He seriously performed CPR on guinea pigs. Anyway, alright, good game. There was a meltdown at some point there. H4 began the meltdown. Oh no. Frost Colossus. Very suspicious account. Challenged me to 5-0. It's funny because there was just someone banned from the same country, around the same rating, and that account just popped up. Oh, do you get any money from the YouTube super stickers? Well, I just started. I hope so. I should. But I haven't yet, because I'm new. I'm a noob. So Frost Colossus, when did you open your account? I'm curious. It's like 2 days ago, the exact day that other guy got banned. What a weird coincidence. Alright. The Simul guy got banned. Remember Snedsteak? No, it wasn't Snedsteak. Skocky was here talking about it. The one guy who beat me that I suspected cheated in the Simul on Sunday. Miro, you can do the morning streams. Yeah. Miro had to wait like 6 months for me to do a stream. Yeah, I'm not going to play this count. Sorry. No. That looks too likely to be the guy who got banned and came back. I'm going to get a water. Water. Down. 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 Pigs pigs are biting me again. So is ZPR really possible on guinea pigs? Setsig, you just woke up by accident. Going back to bed soon. I know the feeling, right? Don't you hate that? 5+5. I'm trying to clean out the beta amoebaloids from my amyloid beta, whatever, from my brain. I had good in deep sleep last night for the first time in 3 nights, and they say that your brain is only able to clean itself out of the shit. That's when it does it, when you're getting deep sleep. And yeah, it sucks when you wake up all the time when you're sleeping. For 2 nights I couldn't get any deep sleep, and last night I had these really bizarre dreams. Can I play h4 here? I tried this against some random noob. I don't really know what I'm doing in this bishop e3 stuff. Well, that's that. Alright. Now it's like a 150 attack or something. I don't really like playing knight f3. If I'm going to do that, that's a different animal. Seems kind of weird to play queen e2. I guess I'm going to castle queenside. I mean, what's the point of playing queen e2? Well, you got to put it somewhere. Ooh, Snetseg is fast. 5+5. Yeah, anyway, I hate when I wake up when I'm trying to sleep, you know? But last night, finally, we got a decent night's sleep. I went to bed ridiculously late. It was like 4 a.m. And I slept until almost noon, 11:40. So it's almost 8 hours of sleep. That's cool. I woke up a few times, but nothing major. I'm starting to get heat here. My phone said like 61 degrees Fahrenheit half an hour ago. I don't think so, man. In my office, it's let's see, thermometer. It's 82 degrees Fahrenheit. It feels hotter because of coffee. All right. So if you go knight h3, you always get, they do those Ilya Smirin things like bishop takes h3. I hate that. I don't know how good bishop takes h3 is objectively. I know that sometimes black will play that. Is it even good? Otherwise I have to play like bishop d3, but how am I dealing with... So bishop d3, knight d7, knight d1. We play like Alexander Ivanov. Alright, let's do this. We'll have to play a kind of bubble. The bubble formation. Knight d7 threatening c5. And then knight d1, c5, c3. Bubble chess. It's a Devo hat. It's a Devo hat. Now I can play knight h3, but do I want to? Feels like my d4 square is weak. b4 and a4, of course. Playing on the side. Now e2 or d1? We need to do the bubble hat. Bubble hat get achieved. If c5, c3, we've got our other knight heading for g5. If he tries to get into c4, we can stop him. Bubble hat get. Knight b6, b3. Yeah, this pawn structure, I never play. I practically, like the reverse smile, I practically never Never do that. You've not been getting enough deep sleep, Uber driver. That'll help clean out those amoeboid proteins, beta amoeboid amyloid, whatever, beta amyloid proteins blocking your neural pathways. That's what makes you stuck on. That's what makes you stuck on these like concepts from the '60s. By the way, too much beta amyloid proteins. And instead of investing in GameStop, you should invest in some kind of like pharma company that's developing a cure for Alzheimer's. There's some new kind of compound they found that might, well, it's reducing the proteins in the brain that block everything up like 15% in mice or something. It probably kills people, but it's early stages yet. All right, the stock market is really a safe bet these days. Took your vitamin pill. That was a placebo. Your wife just slipped in a placebo. All right, now you're castling kingside. Now, what do I do about castling? That's the problem with this bubble. I realize now. I guess I have to castle kingside too. We got our first ambulance of the day. Yeah. My crypto portfolio is just down like 25-30% since Trump took office. Thank God I don't have stocks. Invest in gold. Now is not the time though. Gold is. You think gold will keep going up? It's at record high. All right. Pharma stocks. Farnborough. E5. What am I going to do? It's a King's Indian. No, it's a Roy Lopez. No. What is it? I don't know. It's a really tough position. Guys, I have Rapid. I'm playing Rapid tonight at 5. You know what, though? Casper, XVI. One of the things we have to, people have to take responsibility for what they did. It's easy to say, like, Trump killed off, blah, blah, blah. But the bottom line is that people have, it's the people that are responsible ultimately. The morons who, it's like, Hitler didn't do it alone. A lot of people were accomplices. Even by simply doing nothing, they're complicit, and that's what Bernie Sanders would say. If you're neutral or whatever, you're complicit. All the people that made it possible for Trump to do this insane shit, man. I mean, they're the ones to blame. Yeah, you don't live in the U.S. Well, anyway, even if you did, you probably couldn't help. No, it's game over, man. The best we can do is hope for like a massive asteroid strike, and it'll all just be over quickly. Now, D5 is oof. I'm really disappointed that recent large, object isn't going to hit Earth. I was hoping for like a direct strike on the White House. But, right. Wow, D5 is a fucking cool move. That is a cool move, man. Well, I gotta do something and I don't know what to do. So much for the bubble. Bubble failed. This bubble seems like a fail. This bubble is for you. What about, like, knight G3? That's a really bad move. Man, I have no good moves. What if we say, okay, the light square bishop is a bad piece. I don't really need that. If I'm going to give up one of my bishops, I'd rather give up the light square bishop. But his play in this game is tremendous. Because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's pretty freaking obvious at this point. What a disaster. I do realize that my position sucks. I'm just not quite sure what happened. I certainly need to take a closer look at this. I am really screwed here. Keep saying I can't give up my dark square bishop. Maybe I have no time to worry about any of that shit. This is definitely slow. I'm definitely lost. Jesus Christ, dude. Full power of the... He has unlimited discoveries on my queen. Sound a retreat. What is that? Okay, 1, 2, 3. It's 3 for all. Friday's 3 for all. Appetizer sampler. I have 3 pieces for the queen. I miss Fridays. We used to have Fridays, although it's been replaced by Hungarian version. Now I feel like we've got the upper hand somehow. These minor pieces are coordinated. I'm like Asterbait. How one of my minor pieces are coordinated. Easier not having a queen. Queen's just nothing but responsibilities. Yeah, I can't believe that. So I win a piece, and then I get the exchange. What a bizarre game, huh? You had to throw in that check? That was a critical check. You showed me. No spoilers, okay? I had like this Sun game against Josh Friedel. Just a draw. Nice knowing you. You're making progress. Shit. Wee. Sass. Sarsaparilla. Yep. You got me. Convert to a winning king and pawning game. Easily. That's the easiest queen and rook draw in the world. Rook pawn with 2 outpost squares. Oh shit, if I take it, could I lose? No. Ugh. Good practice, man. Ooh, that opening was awful. What was I doing there? Never playing that again in my life. I mean, dude, after d5, I am in such a bad shape. Never play this sort of lame rook a c1, by the way. But man. Okay, my last move is bad. So rook c1 is that bad. This was a really important moment in the game. I just never saw d5 coming. It's a typical Roy Lopez shot. So I have to do something decisive here. I can't keep the tension. I didn't like d5, being committal, but I have to. I mean, I guess you could theoretically take or something, but that's lame too. So you have to go d5, black will play c4, bishop comes back, you have an outpost square for your knight. It's like a typical Roy Lopez, closed Roy Lopez with d5. Yeah, I mean, after d5, I'm just like, clearly worse. Tonight I have a rapid tournament at 5, so this is like a warm-up for me. And the thing is, I really hope, my only hope is that, like, we don't have to play, like, 1400s. Because people's ratings are really... A lot of people's ratings for rapid are really inaccurate, wildly inaccurate. You got people who have, like, very few games. I'm just hoping to gain some rapid points. Get back for 2400. At least I could be 2400 in rapid. That'd be cool. But, if there's no people with any points, there's rating deflation. Right. This is like the oldest variation in this line. I've had billions of games. FIDE Rapid. Mars chess rating system. Yeah. Yeah, FIDE Rapid, not like lichess. The Mars rating system. I've had games with Mr. Slow over the board games in this line too with people. Of course, you chose the wrong plan to change 3 pieces for the queen. Then I had a chance. That was the best my position got, like the whole game. When I got 3 pieces for queen and pawn or whatever. That's the first time I had like a decent position since move 10. I never played those sort of f3, queen d2 Peart's lines or modern lines with white, and so recently in the last month or so, I've been kind of trying to play it, even though I don't know what I'm doing. And that's the product. You know, what happened there was like the product of that. I had a friend of mine who was a FIDE master. He used to play this way, and we would talk about, he had some really awkward games with white where, yeah, he had to do that pawn bubble. It doesn't seem right. Playing f3 and c3, just, it feels very artificial. a4, okay. Well, you got a light square bishop and I don't. These are very subtle sort of lines for white. Very, I would call it positional. a4 may actually not be a bad move. So knight d7. What about b5? b5, e5. Maybe I can prepare it. You're threatening a5 though. Damn. Alright, we'll do it this way. You're still threatening a5. No, a5 is no good now. See, this stops a5. Natural move. My first instinct. So tonight I'm playing FIDE Rapid 10 plus 5 with real pieces. The increment, you need the 5-second increment with real pieces. The 10 minutes gives us a bit more time. Last time I had six wins and 2 draws. No, 5 wins and 2 draws. But it was unrated. So this week, I have to be careful because the guys I drew with were like 1900 and 1600 last time. So maybe the 1900 draw wasn't so bad, but the 1600 draw would have been like a disaster. I can't be drawing with people who are rated 1600. Unless it's like 6.5 out of 7 or something. I have to watch out. The guy played pretty well. Kid. Teenager. People's right ratings for Rapid are really, you know, unpredictable. Interesting. I don't like knight g4. I'm going to be honest with you about that. I don't find that quite as offensive. Dark square bishop, white square pawns. You chose the wrong plan. Too much chat, guys. Try to cut it down a little bit. All right, we're going b5. And we're threatening b4. Well, I don't know if I would call it a threat. The positional Sung Prism. I feel like I have a hangover. I don't know. I drank a glass of wine last night. I slept 7.5 hours. I want to be like a test subject for dementia treatments. Look, I have brain fog. Even after a good night's sleep, a cup of coffee, I still feel like I have brain fog. Okay, it's stiflingly hot in here. Let's try the glasses. Or sunglasses, even better. That's not good. Sunglasses, not good. Alright, glasses, a little better. Queen g3. You're threatening me? Well, the main idea is to play f4 on knight e5. Oh. Main idea is to drop a pawn. I feel like we're back to Rosenthalis again. You didn't take the pawn. Lucky. Lucky for me. No, queen takes bishop e5, queen c6, rook b6. He gets a rook, knight, and pawn, Rosenthalis style. Damn, with the cheapo, bro. I love bishop e2. Where did you learn to play like this? Where would you learn how to play like this? Oh, actually, since that's an interesting point. I have e5, e6. Somewhere in my deep subconscious, I think I saw that. All right, whatever. Rook a6. Okay. I don't know what it does. It threatens something. I see. What was that? High wind. Yeah, coffee just isn't kicking in. I really need to eat something for the brain. Looks like he's speculating. Trump tariff system. You're making good with watching today. Just watching today. So I have queen takes or knight takes. Yeah, I mean, he dropped to c3 pawn, and it's pivotal because he's going to lose control of d4. I mean, bishop takes. A little safer than my other options, allowing a7 check, something like that. So where are you going? Queen h6, nice. Nice, nice. Wow. Please don't play bishop takes h5. Please don't sack her bishop. Oh no, look at that. Thank you. All right. How are we doing on time? I started at 12:45, so we can stream until 2:45. More than an hour. We lost the challenge there. It's all regulars. There's never anyone new. All right, Morales, Uber driver took your place. You'd think this was like subscriber only. Now I've been playing a lot of all the b6. Uber driver's gonna play. What's he gonna do? He's gonna do a chicken. Chicken is very popular. Chicken or beef? Chicken or beef? Chicken. Okay. Chicken or beef? Chicken or beef? That's like what they ask you on the plane or a wedding. Chicken or beef? Chicken or beef? Chicken. Queen's Indian, bro. What's the problem? What's the downside with accelerated Queen's Indian? White getting control of e4? I just did a bunch of videos. I mean, White can try to blast you in the opening in the first few moves. Beef is the problem. Chicken is not a problem. Chicken is like equal, but beef can be dangerous. But it's also dangerous for White, you know. If you try to play Queen c2 or f3 and you leave your king in the center, then, you know, God, this is such a sissy move. Nothing against sissies, but Uber driver, you should get like the Keith Arkle masterclass. on trading pieces to go into the end game. I know he's allergic to thinking, and we'll use that to our advantage, hopefully. I was thinking, I know that's dangerous. Well, d5 is the kind of proper move to play here, I would imagine. It's also probably what he's expecting. c5. Yeah, I've had a couple games against, strong grandmasters already with lines involving f3. I lost against Robert Marcos. I was doing fine in that game. I had a very interesting position. Lost in endgame or middle game, where I was okay. And against Bischoff, I blundered. My position was fine. Every time I play this accelerated Queen's Indian, I get decent positions and then lose, not because of the opening. But this isn't an accelerated Queen's Indian. I mean, it was, but it transposed back into a normal Queen's Indian. Now it's a normal Queen's Indian. Normal imaging. Wow, Uber driver, that's aggressive. His goal is to trade everything off. No, the thing is that that's what happens a lot of times in this opening. The idea is to advance all pawns 2 squares. You play b6, but you're never gonna play e6, d6. You're gonna play d5, e5, f5. Try to play all c5, all central moves, c5, d5, e5, f5. Try to play all the central moves in 2 squares so we get maximum value for our pawn advances. It's funny. Yeah, I've been working on this. So I've been playing it for a while, but didn't really study it seriously. But a lot of people play it. It's very common. So knight c6. On move 3, if they play f3, you play knight c6. Attack the d4 square. That's the best, I think. Are you threatening me? Damn, Uber driver, I like my position. So d4, knight f6, c4, b6, f3, knight c6. Yeah, and you have to play... But I mean, this first net stake would be good because you play b3 anyway, so... Exactly. There's a line where I had this game the other day against Shockey, or who? Who did I have the game with the other day where they played the same line, knight c6. Knight c6, e4, e5. Knight c6, e4, e5, and then knight e2 was played against me by someone in the stream, which is actually maybe White's best move. I was looking at that. Never trade queens against Uber Driver. It makes him happy. This is a ghost bishop. Ooh. Ooh. It's a bishop, but is it really there? Is it really there, or is it just in my imagination? You're a little late, you know. Yeah, right. Physicists have discovered Schrodinger's cat. It's the Schrodinger bishop. What a beautiful position. Uber driver will be the first to tell you that bishops are better than knights. That's an impotent bishop. Very impotent. Queen takes? No. See, I told you he likes trading queens. So now I have queen a4. That bishop could potentially get back in the game. You know how much he loves trading queens. So this is a tough decision. Wait. Okay, queen a4. And he has c4 there. We're clearly better, but white's not lost necessarily. Bishop could save him in endgames. Ooh. Reaction. Action, reaction. That's what Naj Laszlo says. Action, reaction. Knight e4. My knight on a6 is sucking. Fuck it. I can give him the knight for the bishop. I don't care. There's more to life than that shit. It's not the only dynamic in the position. I now, especially after h4, he has a lot of weaknesses. I don't mind trading my knight for the bishop. Give me the bishop. Whatever. Fine. I'll just have a clear structural advantage. It's okay by me. I'll take it. Sold. It's a good deal. It's a good deal, as Donald Trump would say. These tariffs are a good deal. We're giving you a good deal on these tariffs. Oh, no. He did the opposite. Your golden opportunity to trade your bishop off, and you didn't take it. Wow. That's amazing. Okay. Give me a pawn, any pawn. Hold, yeah, don't panic. No, yeah, take a deep breath on the industry. Take a deep breath. Don't retaliate. No, because everyone in the Trump administration is probably like, he'll change his mind in like 5 minutes. Just be patient, you know. Oh no. E5? What? It's a deep tactic. Uber Driver's not looking for deep tactics. He doesn't do deep tactics. It's always cheapos. No, don't. Just take a deep breath. He'll change his mind next, you know, time he wakes up after the next golf round. I have like intelligent friends who graduated. Like I have a friend who graduated from Boston University with a degree in economics, and he's like, seriously, I don't know if these Trump tariff ideas are good. I'm like, dude, what is that? Is that like seriously a question? A lot of people that I know have friends who are like staunch right wing supporters, so they're afraid. They know better, but they're afraid to like even gently offend anyone. I don't know if maybe these Trump, tariff ideas aren't such a good idea. I only have a degree in economics. Like, duh. My knight, I really like my knight. I don't like his knight on f5. The knight on f5 is gonna be a terror. Queen takes a2. I'm hallucinating. Queen a4. Actually, I don't have to do anything. Knight f5 looks annoying though. How do I avoid knight f5 being a problem? I'm up at exchange and a pawn here. I mean, am I really stressing about this? Check. We can play knight f6. Wow. That doesn't look right. No, he's an idiot in most things. I mean, this is not about, and it's not about political sides, right and left. I mean, all right, Uber driver, you're only down the exchange. Damn. He's insisting on making that bishop great again. Come on now. You gonna play it out? Nefedov is here. Damn, Nefedov wouldn't want to crack 2200, would you? I didn't. Oh, sex sector. You're an economics grad. Okay. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Maybe you mentioned it before. I forgot. I have a minor in economics. But even I know more than Trump about economics. All right, not difficult. Wow. Antonio is a full professor in economics. You got us both beat. All right, Nefedov. God damn it, Nefedov. Nefedov is good. Yesterday you gave a lecture on tariffs. Yeah, everybody keeps posting Ronald Reagan's speech about tariffs. Like, tariffs for idiots and why they're bad. It just sounds cool and colonial. I think that's why Trump's liking it, He always liked talking about it. So now he finally, there were no adults in the room and people let him do it. He's been waiting like 8 years to do his random, you know, colonial ideas. You're so calm today compared to Jababa. Dude, Jababa probably drinks like 10 Red Bulls or something. Jababa's crazier than me. I mean, we're both crazy, and most chess players are, but he's, you know, he's more mentally ill than I am. Mental illness is just a state of mind. All right, Nefyudov. God, it's been so long since I really properly played the Skaveningen. Why? We have Economist stream. Yeah, he probably does coke. All right, Queen E1. Dude's very hyper. But it's like, you know, it's strength and his weakness, right? Remember when Yubaba like freaked out because he lost a big arena or something? As if like arena format is some kind of fair concept. Queen E1. Yeah. Never get any of the fun old lines of this game in England. This is the little kid variation. I've told the story several times. Oh, he got banned from the evil site. He probably started like cursing and ranting. But he quit lichess before, remember? Poor guy. He's his own worst enemy. You gotta like him though. He has heart. He has heart. But yeah. Bishop b7, e5 takes. Nefyudov will play rook d1. Have we talked about this much? Like in the old days, everyone played bishop f3 type of ideas, whereas modern games there's more bishop d3. It's been like since high school, since I studied this game in England. Yeah, what is mental illness anyway? It's all relative. We all have mental illness. There's like nobody who's like completely mental illness free. No one is like perfect psychologically. Chess definitely doesn't make it better. I mean, I guess there are some cases where it might be therapeutic. But then the classic question is the chicken and the egg. You know, did chess make me and Yubaba crazy, or did we get attracted to chess because we're crazy? I think clearly, in my case, chess made me crazy. It's pretty clear. I was normal before chess. But I do have some probably genetic predisposition to being crazy. All right. And with that note, or on that note, we're playing a mainline Skaveningen against Nefyudov. Super Omega focused and not angry yet. Ketamine. What's up with the ketamine? All right. So like rook d8 or something. There's this weird cracking sound. I don't know what's making the cracking sound. I don't know if it's my window or the wall There's construction on the roof and downstairs. But it's really driving me crazy. What am I doing here? What? It's a bottle? Maybe it's a water bottle. You guys must think I'm crazy, raving like this over cracking sound, but it's driving me nuts. What the hell is that sound, bro? Where's the water bottle? It's over here. It's not the water bottle. Plastic water bottles are not just bad for the environment, they drive fucking people crazy with the heat expansion. Yeah, exactly. No, that is something else, man. What is that? I have 58 seconds left, but this is driving me crazy, bro. What is that sound? Hello? Is it, oh, you think it's like heat expansion in the building? I live in a 100-year-old building. Dude, I'm afraid like my apartment is probably like cracking and falling apart or something. Yeah, seriously. That's a distinct possibility. No, don't give me more time. I'm fine. I have the opposite of Yababa. I can't concentrate. Oh, Tal. Pavel Tal. Talyadov. Rook d3. The rook will come across and give mate. Our Hubner collection from Dr. Slow. Mr. Slow. Nefedov's up to over 400 games, by the way. It's like the turtle and the hare. He could potentially catch up to... I can't believe it, actually. I've played 425 games. 427 games with Nefedov. He's doing turtle style. Very gradually increasing his game count. He only plays a few games with me, you know, like 2 a week, 1 a week. But it's still up to 400. It's amazing. You're kidding about the rook takes d4 thing, right? Oh my god. I have rook takes d4. I'm like a tactical buzzsaw. I was doing some tactics last... Ooh, I don't know. As long as I'm not tired, I'm quite strong tactically. I'm not a buzzsaw, but worth my rating, at least. Nefedov has 3 minutes to think about rook takes d4. I don't know. I mean, this has to be like at least okay for black. I guess it doesn't have to be. If bishop takes c6, I could change the discussion with something like queen b6. How are we doing on time? Look, my tournament is at 5, and I need to take a shower and eat dinner before I go. I have to be there at like 4:45. So I need at least an hour and a half. You're threatening mate in 1, so this is pretty much forced. Now, queen takes c6 is not forced. Yet it might still be fine. Alright. It might not. Can't believe it. I blundered. I'm a tactical buzzsaw. How many pawns do I have for this? I have to swindle him down a piece. The weird cracking sound keeps happening. I don't think it's heat expansion. Could be. Oh, man. God damn it. I thought I was going to beat me. He doesn't deserve this, but he played fast. I gave him a piece. I was clearly better. Draw? It's not fair. The wall started cracking and shit. I'll offer a draw. I had the feeling there was a trick, but I was too lazy to look for it. Oh my god. That's a sneaky move. Speaking of tricks. Alright, good game. Was I winning? Or no? One blunder. Zero inaccuracy, zero mistakes. Lucky Nefedov. There's no way the rook takes d4 doesn't work. Two blunders. 99% accuracy for Nefedov. Are you kidding me? What? Bro, Nefedov's cheating. That's totally cheating. Rook takes d4 doesn't work? Oh my god. It doesn't work. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It doesn't work? How does that not work? That's bullshit. I was so sure this works. I'm a tactical buzzsaw. I can't believe this doesn't work. Wow, I'm just lost. It's unbelievable. See how fast he played? Only e takes f6. Now I have to take with the bishop. But I think I thought I had a different move here. Oh, I was like construction noises again. So rook d3. I think I thought I had like queen b6 or something. But then I saw you can pin me. Yeah, okay, Nefedov. Huh. Rook d3 has been played twice. And white lost both games. Both games black played a5. But a5 may not be best. It makes sense, though, to play b4. It is best. My move just kind of wastes time. But e5 is a mistake. So he's like rewarded for making a mistake. e5, d takes e5, f takes e5. Nice structure. Now I can play any sort of normal move here, and I'm fully equalized. But instead, I had to like do rook takes d4. Cheating Nefedov. Wow. So I don't know, we've got construction downstairs. Weird cracking sound in my wall. They're repairing the roof. Alright. Young Samurai. Again, Apollon. Who might be Hungarian. It's strange, but Apollon is a Hungarian name. Oddly enough. I mean, I'm sure that it's like a name in Greece. Obviously. You wouldn't suspect that Apollon would be a Hungarian name, very uncommon, but... Right. We know about Yubaba. We love him, he's fucking crazy, huh? I lost to Nefedov because there was this weird cracking sound. I was afraid my house was going to collapse, and I wasted like 2 minutes of my time. No, but honestly, intuitively, I thought that tactic would work. Guys, I'm going to Rapid Tournament tonight later. So we're just going to stream for another 40 minutes. Hopefully the Nefedov game is the only game I lose today. I played Rook takes d4 almost on intuition, and I thought 100% that worked. The worst I thought I could come out of it was like equal. Because it's like typically in the Scheveningen. Did you guys see, by the way, like the most common move there is King h1? Nefedov leaves his king on g1 and plays Rook d1 to d3, which is very uncommon in that line. I mean, almost everyone always plays King h1 within the first 10 moves. He avoids playing King h1. He's asking for some kind of tactic on the diagonal, and it doesn't happen, you know? It doesn't work. It's unbelievable. He was really inducing me to do that. You're not supposed to be allowed to keep your king on g1 without allowing some kind of tactic on the a7 g1 diagonal. But Nefedov almost like seemingly like induced me to do it, like he knew it was coming or something, you know? He's so good on the white side of those Scheveningens. A real master. Alright, Young Samurai 64. I don't know who this is. New player. Nice to get a new player. Yeah, I mean, Orban. We never say anything bad about Orban here. Just Trump. Alright. Knight b3. And now there are 2 ways for black to play that I recall. a6 or bishop e7. Bishop e7 is the safer one. I like how Orban was the front page yesterday because they let Netanyahu come here without arresting him. That's like front page news. Most important story in the international news on the BBC. It's like, who cares? No one honors the International Criminal Court anyway. What's the point? Except for the Philippines. All right. It's nice that Duterte got jailed. I mean, think about how like incompetent a dictator you have to be these days to get thrown in jail. I mean, look at all the dictators in the world. Putin, Erdogan, Orban, the Slovakian guy. They're all over the world. Trump, and very few of them get thrown in jail. And Duterte managed to get thrown in jail. Maduro. Like 1 in 10 dictators gets put in jail. If you get put in jail and you're a dictator, you're completely incompetent at being a dictator. Okay, in the Philippines, it's kind of like a big mafia family battle. It's been for a long time. So it's a little complicated. H4. Nice. That's definitely an interesting move. It's like the Duterte family against it's just a joke. It's not easy to be a dictator and get put in jail these days. That's all I'm saying, you know. Well, he's in jail. He's not convicted. To even be held accountable for your actions, it's difficult to pull that off. But apparently Duterte managed to do that. The cracking is at it again. Maybe it's my, like, sofa bed. I can't figure out what it is, seriously. F3? Doesn't sound like the walls. I want to play D5 before it's too late. Dude, I swear I had, like, basically the same game against Grandmaster from the Ukraine. What's his name? Years ago. The guy is there now. Timoshenko. Gennady Timoshenko. I saw some photos. He's like, I don't know what he does. He's like directly involved in the war effort, in some fashion. We had a game in like 2000, maybe 2001, in the World Open, where I lost. E takes D, knight takes D5, knight takes D5, rook takes D5, and then like bishop D3. But white is slower here. Timoshenko, I think, had an extra tempo. Because if you play bishop D3, I have knight B4 now. And his king was on B1. It was a different variation, but very similar. I haven't played this line much lately. I used to play it all the time. This was like my go-to mainline Sicilian for years. Queen F2 makes some sense. I can just take. Is Timoshenko the professor? I don't know, man. I'm all confused. I used to think that, like, Novikov was a professor, but it turns out he's a travel agent. I don't know, you know. I think he might be a chef or a cook or something in the Ukrainian army now. I just saw some kitchen photos. People have to take up new jobs. The guy was a decent grandmaster, but he's older. He's like my age. Knight takes e4. Watch the F file. No, I seriously thought that Novikov was a professor. He was living in the U.S. for a long time, and I even asked him about it. Turns out there's this famous professor called Novikov, the same name, you know. Not just Novikov, like his first name is the same, Igor Novikov. But that was embarrassing. And Igor's like, no, I am a travel agent. Oh, close, right? Oh, travel agent, professor, travel agent. Yes, Ivan. Sorry. Yes, Arena Crush family, help me. The guy's an extremely strong grandmaster. He was fucking 2600 when it meant something. Won the New York Open. Now he's a travel agent. He can't even live in the United States. Well, I guess he wants to live in Ukraine. He's living in Kiev. I'm talking about Novikov now. The glasses look at Arsenal fan. Great to see you. We often think of you. I often think of you when I'm seeing the latest news on the Arsenal team. Oh, I was planning on playing 95. Great to see you, Arsenal fan. I hope you're well. I was planning on playing 95, but there's a problem. Oh, this is crazy. Check this out. This could be another miscalculation. Phew, bro, wow. Rook d7. Right. A travel agent in Ukraine. Oh, shit, dude. I mean, that's pretty limited. Pretty limited there. It's a shame, you know. I mean, the guy was such a strong player. He was in the United States forever. And he got, well, I guess he had to go back. You know, you never know. Maybe he had family there he had to take care of. Obviously. You got like a grandmom or something at home. I mean, what are you going to do? That's what happened. My mom got sick in America. I had to go back. Life is complicated. Then you die. Bombastic weather there. Where? Queen G3. Bombastic reminds me of Jesus. Well, I was going to play Bishop 6. The crackling is continuing. The Kraken. That brings new meaning to the Kraken, huh? It sounds like a piece of furniture. Like wood cracking. Not like the wall, like stone or something. Oh no. There it goes again. No, it's got to be wood. All right. Would be. It's a would-be Kraken. God, this guy is strong. Jesus Christ, what's going on here? Young samurai, all right. Looks the problem. It's just a queen sacrifice. Won't be my first today. This guy instantly sees it. There's a problem. I had this tactic before. We have it again. Oh no, I blundered again. Whoa, my second blunder today. Oh shit. Of course. Well, it's like Nefedov. Take 2. Damn, Nefedov take 2. I blundered twice. That's not a good sign. Young Samurai 64? Jesus, dude. Of course he's from India. No, I hallucinated. I stared at it. And I still played it. Yeah, I'm just dropping pieces. Second time. No, I stared at it for 5 minutes and I still played it. Just dropping a piece. It's so weird. I had a hallucination. Happens. I was trying to play the tactic. It worked earlier. It totally worked earlier. And then it didn't work. H6, F6. Nefedov, he wouldn't crack in. But maybe this guy will. I'm not getting that feeling, though. This is a very accurate move, bro. Wow. Queen G4 is kind of accurate, no? The young samurai 64. He's a mere 1900. He sees everything. Oh no. Wait a minute. There's still like a glimmer of hope. I mean, a glimmer. Literally a glimmer. He let me have practical chances. The Kraken. You guys hear the Kraken? I am so curious what's making this noise. And ever I come over here on this side of the room, it doesn't do it anymore. It's like the weight shifts. Oh. Yeah, it's tricky. Might be the window. They're working on the roof. Window frame. Alright, hold on. How are we doing on time, guys? 1 game, 2 games? No earthquakes. Very rarely we have earthquakes. A few years ago, there was like an earthquake in Croatia, and we felt some kind of tremor here. Hungary is basically a plain, so the one thing we're kind of safe from is earthquakes. And, you know, oceanic floods. Sac draw with the challenge. Plain flakes. There's no mountains in Hungary. Unlike its neighbors. Alright, guys, anyway. I just have to get this weird cracking noise out of my head. This is like the theme of the week. A lot of people play that move. Mr. Slow is even on board. Bishop d2 is very strange. Bishop c4 is the best square, you know, for the bishop. Bishop d2 is definitely not ideal. And now, how's it going? Preferred blitz side control. Oh, 5+5. But we're probably done. Sporgasm, welcome. I have time for maximum 1 more game. I gotta go at 2:45. This is a short stream. I normally go up to 3 hours, but today I've got a rapid tournament. We've got a real over-the-board rapid tournament. Ooh, I'm dropping 1 move tactics on the black side of the Sicilian. Twice now. Against Nefedov and against the last opponent. Nefedov didn't let me escape. Weird not having Acerbate here for a stream. On Fridays. He's always there, like, commenting with weird quotes and stuff. Rook takes d4 was a higher quality blunder, absolutely. This is just stupid. I stared at the board and I thought I had knight d3 because I forgot his rook was attacking the square. This is just like literally hanging a piece. Rook takes d4 was much more complex. For as stupidly as White played this opening, you know, he's maximizing his chances. I'm not sure knight e5 is even good. Not the best, anyway. I hate this coffee house style where that's a really bad move. I mean, White should never like voluntarily make this exchange, releasing the tension. But I hate this coffee house system where they take on c6 and play f4. Very common with club players. Okay, at this point I can play d5. At some point in the future. Do a big island. You gotta love the dragon structure. XXR we didn't play today, did we? Now I can have a ghost bishop on a6. Taking that bishop is overrated. This is a little dangerous, though. But thematically, you know, dangerous because I'm going to get screwed on a diagonal again, like Nefedov. At the last game, the theme. The guy pinned me on the same diagonal. See, it's like every game. Knight takes d3. A lot of moves here. Acerbate approved this move. No, I don't want to. I want to play strong players. I don't want to play like 1600s who like draw me and destroy my FIDE rapid rating. I don't want to care too much about my FIDE rapid rating, but I wouldn't mind if I had a decent rating in something. I was over 2400 at some point. At least with the rapid rating. Actually, I don't even know what my K factor is for rapid. I should probably check that. Do you have this different K factors in rapid the same way? Probably, right? Acerbate approved this move, this message. See, A3 is what I would play. And now Acerbate would play Rook D4 without even thinking. I mean, obviously the Rook gets trapped. You know, the interesting thing is it might be a kind of decent exchange sack. Definitely too fancy. But I don't have a good square. I mean, B6, Knight A4, Rook B7, Bishop A6. I mean, I guess that's fine. At least I can go to D7. My bishop's developed from its original square. I hope my K factor is 20 in rapid, because a 10 in regular is like, you might as well just forget about it, you know? My rating never moves, just slowly downward, but very slowly, almost like torturously so. The only hope for my rating in classical chess would be objectively to try to strategically plan to play literally maybe 3 tournaments in 1 month where you do those, you know, whole tournament a week. I could try to springboard my rating. This is a total blunder by white, allowing pawn takes pawn. The old rating, the rating springboard, he's got positional style, but yeah, farming. Pharma Bros. Pharma Bro plays chess. Martin Shrekley. So, no, seriously. Now they have here a lot of tournaments, 6, 7 days, 5 to 7 day tournaments, where I could line up like 3 in a row, tic-tac-toe, with my shitty 2287 rating. With the shitty 2287 rating, if I play 3 tournaments, boom, 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 real fast, even with my 20K factor, I mean my 10K factor, I might just be able to pull off a large rating gain, because I still believe that I'm seriously underrated. But I think in order to do that, I want to play as strong players as possible, which means like 3 GM tournaments. I'll probably have to pay an entry fee. I could do like 3 GM tournaments in a row where I'm like the lowest rated player, one of the lowest rated players in the event. Game, 90, whatever. And, if I could just pull off performing 2400 over like 30 games, I could really get my rating, significantly back toward a normal level. I think it's doable. 3 GM tournaments, game 90 with 30-second increment. I'm going to have to change my openings and my style a little bit to adapt. No more getting in time pressure. The main thing is like this bullshit where I'm playing this Chigorin or Nimzovich defense where I'm out of book and just making shit up on move 6. I have to play more like standardized openings where I can get through. I have to be able to get to move 20 without really using much time. And then, it doesn't mean I'm going to play the London system, but I have to really approach time differently. No, I'm always playing like the Nimzovich defense and making shit up at move 6. I'm serious. That's not good. I lost to a really weak player last tournament in a very tense position because I had no time. And I played a great, like, creative game, but I got 0 points against a player I should never lose to. Because I got myself into a really bizarre, tense position, and I blundered, and just, that was it, If I had played a normal opening against the guy, I would never lose to him. The Sicilian, I never would have lost to the guy. Never, Instead, I play the Nimzovich, get this weird position, playing really esoteric chess, and, let myself get in horrible time pressure. Really stupid. Rook f3 is coming. The dudes are on the roof. Fiddler's on the roof. So rook d8, rook g4 check, bishop g7. I have to approach it differently. I think the point is, another thing is, like, you got to approach these game 90 where, fuck it, just pretend it's rapid. It's just a long rapid game. Stop thinking that, like, it's classical chess, because it's not, I can't treat like 90 plus 30 with no second time control, for example. Like, even with a second time control, it's still, you practically have to act like it's rapid. All right, how am I doing? Last game, sack draw. Fiddler on the Roof was that was an amateur team name contest winner or something. All right. So, yeah, they love those Cornish game hens. E4. There was production of Fiddler on the Roof in my high school when I was doing like musical theater in high school. And now it's really weird. I wasn't in that production, but I felt very connected to it somehow. Why? I guess my friends were in it. That was it. Like, my friends were in it, and I would like go to their rehearsals and stuff. All right. So castles. Bishop b3. I got nothing. I mean, I've kind of given up on playing the proper Roy Lopez with white. Safety is is the number one. Job one. Safety is our fourth most concern. Think like Nepomniachtchi. It's like Nepomniachtchi Ding Liren. This is like a Nepomniachtchi Ding Liren type position. Excitement is building. You're basically transposing now to a tempo down. Archangel system. Safety is job one. Yeah, Rookie 8. I know the F7 square looks a little weak, but I am in any sort of position to take advantage of that. Now A4. I guess he could go bishop B7, huh? It's kind of dangerous. Letting me take on A7 twice. How does that work? Fine. Be as it may. Be that as it may. I don't want your freaking pawn. No, I can take the pawn. Why don't I take the pawn? Why am I so unmaterialistic? I'm like anti-materialistic. So what's the point? You get control of D4. I take on B4. I don't know. We're going to see. Radical. All right, I'm taking with the pawn. I mean, we've been looking at this for a while now. The 4. Where's 42? 4. 42, are you out there? Is he out there somewhere? Knight H4, B5, feeding the pawn back. I'm going to give you the pawn back. I got a deal for you. Have your pawn back. This is a little fancy. It's a decoy. Wow. What a sick individual would play that. Okay, knight H4. Now, that's not floating. Not floating. That's not floating. Queen U1. B4. I don't care. Fuck B4. I was thinking B4 rook D1, but I don't want to drop my A5 pawn. B4 rook D1. Yeah, no. There's no time for that bullshit. This is the question. I've sent you a time trouble casual challenge. Oh no. What does that mean? We gotta go. No, I gotta go. A quarter plus 4. Zen chess is too late. I gotta go. No, that's a cool time control. I mean, I admit that's a cool time control. It's not a bad time control from Chess Riddle. But in fact, I think that we should have more such time controls. He resigned. All right. Just for kicks. Well, that's a lot of time. Dude, this is a lot of time. This is not a joke, man. That's a lot of time. There should be more time controls like this where, you know, we're using less base time and more increment. Space time. Of the space-time continuum. You tricked me into playing another game. Oh, this is the trick, though. If you start eating time, then it gets tricky. You can't think too much. That's the secret. You've got a friend in Jesus. Okay. Let's sing some church songs. I was just thinking maybe I can attack you. My favorite square. Dude, that's not nice. That's not cool. What are you doing over there? Rook G6. Naughty. Naughty, mate. Look, come with a cheapo. Come on, bring it. I know. My attack isn't all that fast here. Dude. That's nice. Knight G4, you gotta love it. Hanging the queen. Your opponent, he proposes a take back. Queen G5. Oh no, take back. Not a take back. He's got the rook there defending. Rook takes, check. No. Queen C3? For real? That was a good thing. Was Queen C3 better than Queen A1? Resigns. Rematch. Was I ever worse? Oh, this happened. Unbelievable. Siganovic. At least I'm the Grandmaster. Yeah, after queen e1, I expected rook g6. And then a4, I expected queen e6, but you didn't play it. Nah. Alright. Gotta go, guys. Have a great weekend. I'll see you Sunday. Sorry we can't play Zen. I'm off to Rapid Chess tonight. I gotta get ready. Take a shower, eat dinner, you know. Alright, man. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.